Are you surprised? And if so, when are you going to get tired of being surprised? What are you surprised about? The dude in Washington, D.C., at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, puts up the stuff on his social media platform. And people are surprised. Why are you surprised? When are you going to get tired of being surprised? So listen, just so you know, everybody that you know that is supportive of that dude, as soon as he put out the stuff that he put out on his platform, they already started loading their red wells with materials to defend him. There's a file section called Whatabouts. They've got that loaded up. They have a file section under unique sense of humor. And the biggest file section tab is likely just a guy who tells it like it is. I am a product of the South. I am a son of the South. I was born in Palestine, Texas, a East Texas town equidistant between Houston and Dallas. I can remember as a juvenile in the car with older siblings or family members or whoever, and par for the course was Houston Police, West University Place Police, Westland Police, the Harris County Constables, the Texas Highway Patrol, Bel Air Police, to fling the driver's license back into the face of the driver of the car that I was riding in, and saying things like, "You and your chimpanzees, get off my roads before, I run you back into the trees," or something like that. It's just the way it was. It's why I got the hell out of Texas. There have been so many times as an adult since moving to California that I would drive to Texas for the family reunion, and I would be pulled over on Highway 10 by the highway patrolman or Fort Stockton police or San Antonio police for the same crime. What? Having a car with California license plates. And when they ran everything and could find absolutely nothing, it always ended with the license being flung into the window, or your license and proof of registration or the rental car contract being wadded up and thrown in. It's just normal. Back to the dude in D.C. From my experience, when people in my life and people that I've been associated with, whether they be the grandparents of friends or whatever, older people that I've been associated with, when they get to a certain age, they start looking at life in a different way. They start doing some assessing. They start doing some weighing. And the older that they get, the more reflective and introspective they typically become. They try to right wrongs, and they try to make amends for things that they may have done when they were young and stupid, like we all have been at one point. But when you find that a person like the dude in D.C. is an old man, he's an old man. Not only is he doubling and tripling down on things that he was notorious for back in the day, he seems to be more brazen. Is he dying? And because he doesn't believe in anything, he has no fear of any type of repercussions for his actions. As a guy who majestically and successfully bankrupted a casino, one for taking wagers. Maybe he's into Pascal's wager. I don't know. But at the end of the day, none of that matters. Should we address and say something about this stupidity? Yes, we should. But how much attention should we pay to it? Should we wait for our friends and associates who support this guy to say anything to us? No, you shouldn't. No, you shouldn't. Because right now, I bet you, for the most part, your friends and your associates that support this guy, just like mine, are exercising their right to remain silent. That they are. They're exercising their right to remain silent. And silence equals complicit. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. There's just no other way to look at it. This guy knows who to mess with and who not to mess with. But I think because he's so old and because he's so decrepit and his mind is so far gone, his filter is gone. So just like he can't control his bowels, he definitely can't control what comes out of that hole in his face or that hole between his ears. He can't control it. So therefore, it just comes out. Religious leaders and organizations that support him will remain silent by and large. And others, once again, will engage in whataboutisms and the grace of God and all of that other stuff that they know absolutely nothing about. They know nothing about. At the end of the day, you don't attack people that you aren't afraid of. You don't attack people that are not a threat to you. You don't. So again, for all of the money, for all of the exploits, for all of the adultery, for all of the divisiveness, for all of the vitriol, for all of the corn silk foundation and pumpkin spice makeup, at the end of the day, he's a bitter, angry old, racist guy who's on his last leg, by and large, it appears. He's withering right before our eyes. I was going to say that if the Christ of history and the Bible were to approach his tree, he would immediately be cursed and he would wither up and die. But the latter is already taking place right in front of our eyes. Every time he gets in front of a camera, it's taking place. So no, he doesn't get even a mention of his name in this video. Only me alluding to the person here. The world will be done and free of him soon enough. But it was hate that empowered him. It's hate that literally sustains him right here and now. And the powers that be are desperately grooming a younger model and a successor for him. So yeah, that's all that I'm going to say about it. But I felt like something should be said. I saw it. We see it. For those of us that have been around for a long time, it's old hat. But the silence, the deafening silence from America's Christian churches that vote overwhelmingly for this and agree overwhelmingly, don't be deceived, and that agree overwhelmingly with a lot of the ideology that comes out of the coven of people who gives this guy his material. We see you too. We hear you. You defund Target. You boycott these places, XYZ. Boycott some of these places that you're giving 10% of your money to. And you know that you're sitting in the seats. And once again, you're only being tolerated. You're only being tolerated. Make them prove that they come from Moses or Aaron. Don't give them 10% of your money. First fruits of what? Show me your birth certificate. Show me that you're linked to the Leviim of the Bible. Show me that how you're linked to the tribe of Levi. How about that? How about that? When are we going to see the good of the land? Yeah. So at any rate, that's my 2 cents about the ilk and the crap that comes out of the mouth and out of the mind of the persimmon petri dish. He has his reward. Plain and simple. Those are the words of the Messiah, Yeshua. This guy in D.C., he has his reward. And those who support, those who say amen with their silence, they have their reward too. And that's all you get. Mishesh lo ozen ishama. He who has an ear, let him hear. Oh, Shabbat Shalom.